going down. The Pride Huggin'. Yeah, Manolo, Mr. Doe, Flo Frazier.
Came to find out that Wendy Williams is the first female talk show host to average 1,500 yards receiving in high school.
They say, P, don't worry, it's all timing. I slid in like a nigga that didn't pay, backdoor style. Shut the club down with a K. You know, NC at it again, aiming at your cabbage again. I flow with a magical blend. Step up, get dropped to a tragical end. You know the kush got my lungs about as black as my skin. From Raleigh, NC down to Duluth, Georgia.
But I did save a lot of money on my car insurance. I know some of you think I switched to Geico. I just stopped paying the insurance.
And the cats that been thinking peanuts like Jimmy Carter. Got that lava, game time not a problem. Mr. Clutch and watch me go up when I'm popping.
Lights, action, cameras flashing. Girl, you know this song. Yeah, Maybach, layback stuff. Trying to take you home. It was all a dream. I like the way it's going down. I like the way it's going down.
Yo, salute. Welcome to another episode of The Slice. We in here at 121 Federal Street in Benny's Capitales. I'm messing up last time, we got it this time.
Capitales.
Dameron.
Yo, what's up, HL? And that's it. Oh, go ahead, you say
I messed it up.
You smart motherfucker. What's your name, man?
It ain't never
Matt Dameron.
Matt Dameron, yo. So, now, for those who don't know, Matt is one of the 252 Bulls. So he puts together a slamming show in both Wilson and Goldsboro, my hometown, called the Brewmasters Comedy Show, right?
Yeah.
How long you been doing that, man?
That's going on 4 years.
4 years?
Yeah, I've been doing comedy for 5. So, talking to some like veteran comedians in the Raleigh scene. When I first started comedy, they said, man, if you want to get better at this, you need to learn to host. So I went a little overboard in the beginning, hosting comedy shows, because all you got is a couple jokes, right? So you don't know, like, you don't have crowd work yet. You don't know how to do crowd work yet. So I got burned out. I was doing 3 monthly shows for a year, and I got burned out quick. I got remotivated like a year later, and I was like, well, this forces you to write more. You have to write more because regulars come to the show. So more regulars come to the show, and they watch you, and you can craft crowd work. And anything you do in the beginning, it sucks.
Right.
I would literally be terrified to do crowd work. Like, hey, what's your name? Like, oh, and like go into material. But like, Bill Burr said something that resonated with me. He's like, probably my favorite.
Your favorite cop? He's definitely my top 5.
Yeah. So he said, find something you're bad at, do it. And I was like, man, I'm horrible at crowd work. Like, we can have a conversation all day. Some nights are better, right? So it's like striking up conversation and not trying to force the funny, be yourself in a conversation.
And just steer it to the funny, right?
Steer it to the funny, which I tell people I'm still bad at it. I still do it because I force myself to do something I'm bad at. So yeah, long story longer, 4 years doing Brewmasters, Goldsboro, Brewmasters Wilson. Periodically I do shows in my hometown, Rocky Mount. Yeah.
So what has your comedy journey been? Where'd you get your start? Where you trying to go to?
Oh man, I got my start at a pizza place. It was we did a community-based show. It was free, so like local businesses sponsored the show to pay people to come in. And a long-term goal when I first started this thing, it was spoken word. And then an intermission with music, and then comedy started. It was a huge turnout. It was in a pizza place called Pizza Tomato. And I got 10 minutes, bro. I got 10 minutes at a pizza place. And it was absolutely atrocious. Like, just think about when you first start comedy, you got nothing. I got 10 minutes, right? 10 minutes, and I'm literally doing jokes about like Walmart, like hacking stuff, like going into Walmart. They have a McDonald's in Walmart. They have people on like motorized scooters in Walmart. They're buying Big Macs and like drinking diet soda. This was the first time ever doing comedy. The person at the bar was eating pizza, drinking diet Coke. Got offended at what I had to say about the whole situation because she rides hover around. But right when I got off stage, the first time I ever got off stage, she approaches me and says, "We need to talk outside." And I was like, "Oh, this is great." So I go outside and we're talking, and she said, "I'm very offended, blah blah. I'm on a hover around." In my head, I was like, "You moved quite well to the stage when I offended you." You know? So we go outside, we go outside, and she's like, "I'm offended, blah blah." I'm like, "I'm sorry that you're offended, but you're at a comedy show."
And this is your first time?
First time. And I've never had like somebody approach me after a show. Like since then, my first time somebody approached me about being offended.
That's wild.
But yeah, my buddy was in the back of the room, and he was like, "Dude, she was eating pizza and drinking Diet Coke, and you were talking about the whole thing." It was kind of funny, but yes, it was at a pizza place, and we did a couple shows there. Things went kind of sour, ownership changed, and yeah.
What year was that?
20, horrible at that. 2018, I think.
That's the year we started.
So
There would be,
4 going into 5 years.
okay, yeah, I'll be 5 years in May, so it was in May.
I'll be
Yeah.
5 years in June.
Oh, it was atrocious. I mean, think about like your first year of comedy. You got nothing. You're throwing stuff up against the wall.
I don't know, my first year, it was kind of awesome for me. I mean, just for me, you gotta understand, like for me, my first time ever, and I've said this a million times, was at Good Nights at the comedy contest. And I had the video, I killed. Like if I would have, like my whole thing was seeing if I had it. So like that first time, like I haven't killed like that, because of course I have, but the high that I got from that first time, that was just wow. Like I've never felt that. It's like chasing that high. But like, and a lot of people say, yeah, I didn't do good my first time or whatever. And compared to now, I didn't do good. But in that moment, in that realm of time, like my first time was pretty dope.
And it's funny with something that you said as far as like chasing that high.
Yeah.
Because of course, just with growth and putting that work in, the shows are gonna get better. My first show was at Good Nights also, and luckily for me, I didn't have 10 minutes. I just had 3 minutes of working with instead of the 10. But yeah, I mean, it was definitely enough to keep me going. But since I would say probably like that Charlotte show. I had a show in Charlotte that I guess just on the rim of the laughs and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
Charlotte show was probably my show with the most laughs, but the show that I felt the best about. It actually did the last show that I did in Myrtle Beach.
Okay.
Because everything,
You killed that shit, bro.
and it was smooth. You know what I'm saying? Just being on stage at this point compared to 4 years ago. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I was just more comfortable.
Your
with my
comfortability.
delivery.
Yeah, your comfortability.
Yeah, so, and Matt, we've seen you crush shit since, like, I think the first time I seen you crush a set was maybe 2020. The first time I did a show with you, I think it was at Wilson's Brewhouse.
Oh, yeah.
And you were hosting. And I remember your crowd work was impeccable that night.
I was at that show.
Right? Yeah, you were. Getting to this point now, what were your key takeaways, the things that you started implementing into your act to get to this level of Matt versus level 1 Matt?
I mean, I guess it's like, I have first of all, I'm like learning disabled. So writing's like.
So you're dyslexic or?
Dyslexic, I got ADD, I've been highly medicated through like school. I think school is not a good thing for creative types, right? You're like, oh, you're creative type, you need to think outside the box.
Stifles your creativity.
Yeah, so for creative, like school is bad for me. I don't know, like it's really finding. First of all, like you have to have a supporting cast with you, right? You have to be in a good relationship, or you got to be surrounded by good people. Y'all are good friends, so I assume that things are good with y'all, right? So it's like
Sometimes he beats me.
no, but like you want him to do well.
Oh hell yeah.
He wants you to do well. So it's around me. Man, I had a good friend of mine. He told another good friend. He said, "I'll never go to one of his shows." But why? And I heard that, I was like, well, he's not a good friend of mine. Like he's a fan of comedy. He loves comedy, but he's gonna tell another friend he's not gonna go to one of my shows. But that's kind of messed up. It's like, first of all, surrounding. There's so much stuff that goes behind the scenes before you even set foot on the stage, right? And my wife, I love my wife. She loves me. Like we have a great relationship, right? So it's like we're going to do well. So it's like all the things that people don't see before you even step on the stage makes who you're going to be. One of my comedy mentors is somebody I love, Mike Mello. When I was first started comedy, I was doing three monthlies. I told him I feel tired when I go on stage. I'm working full time at that time. I'm working full time, and I was hopping on stage. I don't get the energy. He's like, man, it doesn't matter what you're going through. When you step on that stage, that is your job. You get rid of everything. You forget about the argument you had with your friend, what happened. If you're pissed on yourself, if you're shitting on yourself, whatever, like you have to get over it.
It's funny you say that.
It's now. You have an obligation.
Bro, let me tell you. So, this was the second round of the comedy contest at Dead Crow. 2019. I want to say it might be 2020. What was the year? 2019. So, I'm a year into comedy, right? The day of the show, me and my girlfriend were, right? Ooh. I drive all the way there, and I almost piss on I'm this close. I had to pull my shit out and piss on a wall on the main road in Wilmington. Like, you know what Marcus usually like Dead Crow? Yeah, on Front Street. Yeah. You know where the Dead Crow is?
Yeah.
You know how there's a side of that building? I was pissing on that building. It was just that I piss on myself, right?
Yeah.
So with all of that, I got on stage. And it was like, and this is just a gift, I guess, a gift of mine. Everything else is it's compartmentalized, like, all right, I deal with that shit later.
Right.
Comedy is a forefront. Let me get through this 10 minutes, let me get through this 20 minutes.
Right.
Because it's only 20, like, when you think about it, we get paid to talk for 20 minutes.
Right.
An hour.
Right.
Like, the magic of that alone blows my mind. Because, like I tell everybody, it's crazy how, like, you will go to a comedy club, get that green room experience, they're giving you whatever you want to eat, whatever you want to drink. You're hanging out with like a nationally recognized comedian. You get to go on stage and perform and have the time of your life on stage. And after all that's done, they pay you. Wow, you know what I mean? It blows my mind.
Yeah.
So where is it that you want to go? What do you see yourself in 5 to 10 years as far as comedy? Like, where's your voice at? Where's your trajectory? What's your end game?
End game is probably like any of y'all's end game is like just make a living on what are you doing. So if it's this, I think we would all want to do comedy, right?
Yeah.
But some people make a living on comedy. Statistically, probably a minimum of comedians make a living just on comedy.
Yeah.
If you go on YouTube, a podcast, whatever
TV
you do.
show,
radio
show.
It's always that thing, right? It's always the thing. I don't know, man. I think we all want to try to stay authentic to ourselves without selling our soul to the devil kind of deal.
Right. But do you want to just do comedy, or do you want to parlay in acting, radio, news? Like, do you see yourself being?
Man, I've done little odds and stuff. I've written a lot of commercials. I've acted in commercials. So it's like I enjoy those things because it stems from creativity. So So like when I was writing commercials, they were like, we want a comedy commercial on this. Right now I was like, man, that's not even funny. It's sitting here, filmmaker, friend of mine, like a very, very talented guy. We would have writing sessions once a week for 4 weeks, and we would take something that wasn't even funny, and at the end of that 4 weeks, that would be our funniest commercial. Over like, we're gonna write for an hour on this commercial, and we're gonna step back for a week. Then we're gonna come back and revisit the same idea on this commercial, and it was literally seeing something blossom. It's creativity, right? So it's like anything in the realm of creativity, making, like, he even sent me a text message one day. He was like, what is your end goal? What do you want to do? And I was like, I want to make people laugh. I want to make people laugh. Like Jim Carrey, he had a commencement speech at some college, and he was like, I have the power to make you forget about whatever you're going through. If I go to the gas station, I'm going to pay for gas, I can make you laugh in that moment. Think about race, gender, anything polarizing in this society. You go to a comedy club, a mixed room, and people are laughing in unison. They're not thinking about any of that. That is the most unified we will be, right?
Nah.
No.
The most unified we will be is if we get invaded.
That's true.
That's the most.
That's true.
Like I tell you, when you see Bubba and Raekwon shooting that fucking
oh,
child,
yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, Jose, Jose and
Oh,
Stephanie up in the trees, like it's good. Like my thing is now I'm thinking about writing a joke about it. How every day I wake up hoping for an invasion, just so we can have peace.
Oh, it could happen because it said like historically, when societies hyper focus on gender and race,
Yeah, we need a war.
that's when it collapses.
Yeah, like we need
Like
a war, but not with each other. We don't need to war in America. We need somebody with enough balls to come try to drop their ass up in here so we get our mind over all these problems and whoop some ass. Because that's what it is. I think America needs to whoop some ass. I just think that's what it is. I think that everybody's so balled up and so tight that we just need to fuck somebody up, but we don't want to be the bad guy. So we need a bad guy.
You might get what you're looking for.
Yeah, we need somebody. We need someone to try to roll up in Wilmington. You know what I'm saying? We need someone trying to roll up through LA. You know what I mean? Like bring your boats, nigga. Bring your shit. Bring your. I promise. Like because this is the thing. They say they ask a bunch of nations why they don't invade America. And they all said the same thing. America's a sleeping dragon. Because this is the thing. If you make it past the military, you make it past the National Guard and the police force, you still have to deal with American citizens. And we're the most badass of the market. We don't give a fuck. We're not ruled by any sort of maritime law. We're not ruled by any rules of engagement. Nah, it's just a bunch of Americans who don't give a fuck about shit in their life. And all they want to do is see something bleed before they go to sleep that night. Bring your ass.
You're open something.
Yeah, bring your ass. I'm telling any country, any of y'all, Ukraine especially. I want a piece of Ukraine. Ukraine, bring your ass. Russia, bring your ass. China, we cool. I don't want no smoke with China.
You can't be waging a war with Ukraine. We're sending billions of dollars to it.
Man, fuck Ukraine.
Too much money.
We should be
What'd you
sending
say?
Man, we should send them a bag of potatoes.
I agree.
Why we do Ukraine? We do the bombs on the street. Get a job, Ukraine. Shit. Fuck.
So, Chuck, is there a type of audience that you prefer?
No, man. I've always had the dream. I've always had the dream of going into a black room impression. I've always had. I've been in majority black room and done well, but yeah, that's always been a goal of mine. Going into an all black room and crushing.
Yeah.
I mean, you look at it like Bill Burr.
You can stand in front of him.
He can do it.
Well, it's because he has. I'm gonna tell you like this. It's all about your balls, man. With a black room, it's all about your balls. Put your balls on the table and let them hang. For real. Especially in this. I hope this doesn't. Especially when you're the minority of that room. What I mean by that is if you're white in a black room, you're automatically given a few inches of rope to hang yourself.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like they're like, oh shit, let's see what this guy got to say. Especially considering like the fact that you're already an outsider. So once you make yourself appear insider, I'm like, oh, he with us. Like that's the one thing that you have to do. Yeah, is put yourself in the. I'm not an outsider. I'm with y'all. However you do it with your set to stay true to yourself.
Right.
You go that route. And it's like in the white room. Like you bring up something that's like, yeah, relatable, but that they wouldn't expect you to talk about because I'm black.
Right.
Yeah.
Stereotypes are real.
That's why, like, whenever I can do a white room, I'm always like, give it up for whoever.
You always do it.
I ain't getting nothing, but if we were like together, I'd fuck them. You know why I do that? Because white people like, wait, nigga ain't never gonna say no shit like that.
You're right.
I've always seen you do well in white room.
Yeah.
I've always seen that. Yeah, I
Black rooms, though, boy. Even my black ass can get. I did a show about 2 weeks ago in Middleton, birthday party. I'm doing an hour set. I'm 30 minutes in. The set's going good. This has never happened to me before. The set's going great. Out of nowhere, we start chanting. We want Phil. We want Phil. In the middle of a good set, they're laughing. Yeah, it's good. Clap, applause break, and then just out of nowhere. We want Phil. Some nigga that was in the crowd.
He wasn't even on the show.
Bruh, my ego, you can fit my ego in the Smurf's back pocket.
Oh yeah. That's the thing with comedy. Comedy will humble you. It will humble you so quickly. So quickly.
Let me ask you this: do you remember your first bomb? Like,
yeah.
How did that? Tell us that story.
It's in Greenville at Fifth Street Brewing.
Open mic.
Open mic. The host didn't want to host. Was in a bad mood. I was going first. It was probably my fourth or fifth time ever going up. He went up there and was like, "Look, you're gonna see a lot of bad comedy. You're gonna see a lot of good comedy. It's your you gotta figure out who's good or bad. All right, first come to the stage. No warm up. Your job as a host is literally to warm people up. I don't care what you do, just get them to giggle a little bit. It was nothing. I went up and I was doing a new bit. Fourth time on stage, trying a brand new bit, and literally, it was so quiet. It was so quiet.
Any giggles or chuckles or anything?
No, not one thing. And the weird thing was, like, a guy that became one of my friends, he was in the crowd. And I vividly remember looking at his face and he was like going, like that. And like 2 years later, we ended up working together, being like good friends. But I was like, every time I look at you, it just reminds me of that, my first moment.
Wow.
Did you know, like, now in our times, like, in comedy, we can do new stuff. It not work, and you know how to get out of it. Where back then, you bombed, that was it.
You doubled down 10 toes deep and bro.
Oh, it was like maybe a minute 30, 2 minutes. I ran off the stage. Dude.
What?
I remember like walking down between the aisles, going, "Damn it!" and like walking down the stairs, like just escaping everything because you care so much about it.
Yeah.
And you're new, and you just eat it. And for all, like, it's public humiliation.
Yeah, it is. You're basically, and for lack of a better term, you're standing on the stage and you draw. Like that's how I feel every time. Like I'm on stage and all these motherfuckers looking at me.
Yeah.
But let me ask you this: out of the 5 years that you've been doing comedy and doing shows and producing and all of that, where did you find yourself? At what point in your journey did you like, oh, this is who I am, this is what I'm writing for? When
I started writing jokes about my life, I got excited about it. Like I have jokes that I have outlooks on a topic,
But real attachment to it.
a real attachment to it. So maybe family or religion or. I did grow up in a religious home.
Yeah, me too.
I still have my beliefs. I'm not so much religious, but I still have my beliefs.
Yeah.
So it's like those things that I can write about, and I finish a joke and I'm like, I'm excited about this.
Yeah.
Or like where I'm
Can't wait to
from,
do
the South. Like I have jokes about like I'm constructing bits about the South right now, about how we've come a long ways and it's a great place to live, but it's
Still the South.
we have a troubled past, right? So it's like I'm still working that out, that material. But yeah, I get excited about that kind of stuff. It's like, and a guy named Eric Schaus, I started comedy with, in Greenville scene. He's been doing comedy for over 16 years. And he's written curriculum on comedy. He actually teaches comedy class in East Carolina. But he actually told me, like, write stuff you want to write about right now. Right now, don't wait. And I started comedy late, man. Like, I was in like early 30s when I started comedy.
35 here.
And I thought this like,
You were the baby face. You look younger than both of them.
You can't tell that to my brother.
Huh?
I tell you that far a little bit every time I stand up. For no reason. You don't smell his muscle. Muscle hair.
but yeah, like write about what you want to write about right now. Like, and I asked some like A-list comedians I've worked with. Well, I say B-list probably comedians I've worked with. I've been on Netflix or whatever. I said, man, I started like in my early 30s. I feel kind of jaded. I've never started this earlier.
Me too.
Like 30 is like you find that when you started in your early 20s, you might have picked up on little things quicker. You have more life experience right now. Right now.
The material you've been in.
Exactly.
That's potent for the audiences.
Yeah. I've worked with comedians that started real early that don't even do comedy anymore, but I was jealous of because I saw them. Now the man, they're freaking 23, and they had that confidence on stage, the delivery.
I'll tell you this, bro. There was a 17-year-old little white girl. She was in a wheelchair named Caroline Smith.
Oh, killer.
17 years old, was killing everybody, including me. Like, Caroline used to shut shit down.
Yeah.
As a 17-year-old little girl. And I mean, like, if you're going to be in a wheelchair and you don't have what Caroline Smith had, I don't respect you as a comedian. She set the bar.
She swung.
She set that
Big
bar.
swing.
Like for example, you could be a beast.
Yeah.
Like just because you're in the wheelchair, you don't get that sympathy thing from me. You forget. No joke. You will forget Caroline was in the wheelchair for 2 minutes into her set.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It was the darkness, the big swing.
The shots, man.
Swing.
At her age.
And her age.
Yeah.
And she had a little innocent thing. You think she's gonna go, oh, this little cute little girl.
You feel bad for her.
Yeah.
And her opening joke would be like, making love to a dog or something.
Yeah, I remember. She was like, you had a baby. My favorite one was you had a babysitter when you were 13. She was like, my friend said when she was 13, she had got raped. And I was like, about her babysitter. And she was like, and my first question was, you had a babysitter when you were 13? I was like, yo, someone signed. I swear, Caroline should have had a Netflix special back in 2018.
She was great, man. She made it up. She made it on the Kill Tony show.
Yeah.
Won the golden ticket. I think she actually with the golden ticket being like you could fly out or be anywhere with Tony Hinchcliffe. He put you on the show.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think she took advantage of that. Yeah.
But I just went to college and just
killer. Yeah.
Well, it's funny because, like for example, the handicappable comics, like so many of them come up there and use their disability as their joke.
Yeah.
I didn't know what Caroline had. I didn't know I mean, she never talked about it. It was all about other stuff.
She created her material. She never got.
Well, Brandy, do you know what Caroline had?
No, I can't remember.
Brandon Roberts is here.
Yeah, keep it.
Yeah, stay tuned. Her episode is coming up.
What he said.
She'll be on the show. We're manifesting. We're manifesting. We're speaking stuff into existence. She's over there dying laughing. You can't really hear her, but she's here.
Oh, shit's Carl. What's up, man?
I ain't want to interrupt y'all.
He'll be on an episode too.
And my kids in the car.
Oh, wait.
All right, bro.
Y'all take it easy.
All right, man.
All right.
same thing. You know what I'm saying? Like telling people, commit, own it. You know what I'm saying? Like when you step out there, give it your all. I think one of the best things I've ever done. And I did it anyway. Regardless if you want to room 200 or two.
I've been in so many rooms of two.
But still, in front of that room of two, still act like it's 200.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Don't cheat those two people.
You never know who's out there.
That too.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm cheating them two motherfuckers.
Nah, you can't cheat.
Yeah, y'all should have came when it was busy. Shit, y'all ain't gonna get the same thing. You bring two motherfuckers into my show, shit, they gonna get the shittiest show. They gonna get the shit. I ain't gonna have no energy. I'm gonna have it up. Joke number one.
Oh, it's tough.
It's tough.
Room of two is tough.
A room of two? Man, you got two. Man, yo,
You can't. I done a show.
We can't even play
I've done a show with
We'll
four.
say 12. We'll say 12.
Alright. 12. Yeah, that's 12. Cause two, we playing Uno. Fuck this. I ain't doing no bad jokes.
Yeah.
I'm dealing on
I did a
stuff.
show with 4 people. Yeah. It's rough. It's so rough.
I did a show with 8, and I never forget that one. Boy, you looking at 8 different niggas.
And
8
6 of them are
is
comics.
yo 8 niggas is way worse than 80. I'd rather do comedy in front of 80 motherfuckers than 8 any day. 8 is way too intimate.
We did a spot off of Glenwood. What was it? 4?
Yeah, man.
You know
I'll tell you this though, but then sometimes those intimate crowds can be magic.
And see, I've been in front of some of those. When I did the show with for Neil Bryant, it was about maybe 10 or 11. And like I said, I mean, I'm gonna go out every time and whatever. He appreciated that because there were some other comics that said, yeah, because it was small, they kicked it on the crowd, stuff like that.
I'll be one of them. But like I said, when we did the hot dog joint, we did the show for the hot dog. Man, that was a great crowd. It's like 13 cats.
And they paid us for hot dogs.
Paid us for hot dogs.
So we had a great time.
Not even brightly seasoned.
I don't know what they were.
Yeah. That was Waltney fucking. And then I put the price tag. I'm charging $10 for 2 hot dogs. I was like, yo, y'all gonna be out of business soon. I wish the fuck I would pay $10 for 2 hot dogs. Nigga, man, I could buy some hot dogs, some buns, ketchup, mustard, and chili. Good chili too. The shit that be with the bologna. You can buy all that shit for $10.
With the bologna. Is it fried bologna or is it regular bologna?
Regular bologna. They got fried bologna. They got fried bologna at the gas station, at the grocery store. Oh yeah, I'm about to say they start selling fried bologna at the grocery store. Man, I'm buying fried bologna. Man, who
I ate
did
that this morning.
Wait, all right. What's your method of fried bologna? I found out recently.
Oh, you got
everybody fry their shit differently.
You got a squirt in the middle.
Okay.
A little cross.
They put a cross. We do a slice.
Extra cross.
Like
or a swastika, whatever you want.
I ain't doing no damn swastika. We actually cut up two, like you take the thing and we slit on both sides.
You slit them on 4. I slit them on 4.
Really?
I would do a little cross, then
I used to cut a little triangle out. Yeah, now I just hold it bitch down.
It helps me stay flat
with my spatula.
Yeah, because we
same thing
just,
with like if you like a thick pork chop, I like to pan sear pork chops. If you do a little slit, it helps it lay flat.
Everybody cooks it bologna different. You do a triangle.
I used to cut a little triangle
out of it.
And it would drop, but now I just take my spatula and just hold it down and let it, the whole thing just cry. That's in there.
See, 3 different niggas all fry bologna different. That's the only point I was trying to make. So what advice would you give to like an up and coming comic or you when you first started off that you wish you would have gotten or heard?
Do it. Don't not do it. You know what I'm saying? Like my dad said when I was growing up, he said potential is one of the worst things that you can have and not use. You get a potential to be a good comic. But are you going to go up on stage? Are you going to do it? You're funny out here, or you're going to be funny up there. Whatever route you might do, you might do a class to be funny, or you might do this or that. Whatever gets you there, just make the leap to do it. I had friends that pushed me to do comedy because I kept talking about it all the time. Years. And writing, and never did it. And then I got forced to do it, and I fell in love with it. The process of failing and learning, because it's constant work. So it's like, just do anything you want to do. Like, if you have a dream, surround yourself with like we already covered this. Surround yourself with positive people. But freaking do what you want to do. Go after what you got. One life to live. You want to be on bed, dying. I was in this stand-up comedy.
Right.
Would you make sacrifices at all costs to pursue something you want to and fail? At least I tried.
Yeah.
Or succeed. At least I tried.
Yeah.
You never know until you do it. So a lot of people say like, try to stand up comedy.
So let me ask you this: how many times in the 5 years you've been doing comedy did you quit?
I never quit.
You've never quit?
Recently, I would say like because I live in between two scenes, so like 50 minutes here, 50 minutes there, to just hit mics, and I've walked into horrible environments, horrible crowds, hecklers, and not be able to get out a new joke.
So you ain't never been on your way home like, man, fuck this shit, I ain't.
No, I've been on the way there, and been like,
on the way there?
driving, and been like, I could go home right now. I could be sitting on my couch with my dog and my wife and being comfortable.
So you say dog first, then wife?
Well, I love both my bitches. I love both my bitches. But look, it's just like
You said I love both my bitches.
I could be on the couch, right? With both of them.
Comfortable, but you put yourself in an environment that you.
When are you going to regret your comfortability? Like I could have the White House with a picket fence and cleaning my gutters.
It's comfortable.
But am I happy doing that? Or do I want to go out and like be miserable and pursue something and be happy in the long run?
And ladies, that's why y'all fuck niggas. Like that's prime example of the reason why women end up with fuck. Like he could be at home with all the good things, the wife, the dog, the gutters, and the white picket fence. But no, he wants to be around a bunch of toxic bitches, cussing them out and booming them off stage, right?
Yeah.
That's why you can't keep nobody happy. I'm just fucking with you. I'm like, wait, he sound like a woman right now. Where's Kevin Samuels?
What you got for me?
Ah, man, I was going to say thank y'all for keep checking us out, man. We really appreciate the love and support we've been getting from y'all. And, man, like I said, get on. First step before you do anything else, you got to get on. Once you get on, you make that decision on how you want to move after that.
Yo, we appreciate you guys. I'm Teron, HL, Matthew. We at 121 Fayetteville Street. It's the Slice. We in Benny's Capitales. Yo, stay tuned. We'll be back next week. Salute.
The way it going down, the pride hugging. Yeah, yeah. Manolo, Mr. Doe, Flo Frazier, out. I spit it in, look at the just no rhyming. Quick to say P, don't worry, it's all timing. I slid in like a nigga that didn't pay, backdoor style. Shut the club down with a K. You know NC at it again, aiming at your cabbage again. I flow with a magical blend. Step up, get dropped to a tragical end. You know the kush got my lungs about as black as my skin. From Raleigh, NC down to Duluth, Georgia.